Hi, I'm sending you a message in the middle of coronavirus, where I live, which is Waikiki, Honolulu, Oahu. And usually the streets here are packed with millions of tourists. It's almost like walking down the strip of Las Vegas. But right now, the streets are eerily quiet. There's nobody out because all the businesses and the restaurants are shut. Nobody's making money. Nobody's out and about. Nobody's gathering. And there's kind of a sadness, like life has ended, or life as we know it has ended. And there's also a fear and a panic going around because nobody knows how they're going to make a living, how they're going to pay their bills, or basically how they're going to survive. But if you look at nature, like if you wake up in the morning and you hear the birds still go to work at 5 a.m. every morning because their job is to sing. And when they sing, it's scientifically proven that the vibration of their sound makes the flowers open. And because of the birds, the flowers open, the bees collect their pollen, and they spread it around. And the scent of the flowers, if you've ever smelled a plumeria, the fragrance is of forgiveness. And everything sweet in nature signals that the bitter cold of winter is past and we're forgiven now. Even if you look at the grass, it still continues to grow, and the sun continues to shine, and the ocean still continues to move its waves across the shore, and the moon still rises, and the rain still falls, and the planet is still breathing. The earth is still here, and it's mothering us through this transition. And I want you to know that right now, we're being mothered by the earth, fathered by the ocean, and watched over by heaven. And maybe you can't hear the sound of your own soul or the sound of God because of the deadening silence of this panic. But there's still air, like wind, that blows across your cheek and that brushes the hair from your forehead. The only thing that's stopped is us. We've stopped working or making money and going out and taking airplanes. But nature and the universe is still moving forward. Stop right now and just close your eyes. Breathe in and out fully, and breathe again. And all that panic and that fear that you feel inside, just let it surface. It's okay to feel it. It's okay to feel the panic. Just let yourself feel it. And it's okay to feel sad. And just let yourself breathe through it. Ask yourself, what does it feel like to feel this panic? And feelings are just like the flavors of ice cream. We're just gonna taste our feelings. And I want you to just taste your panic and see how it feels inside. And as you keep breathing, you'll get a sense of what that panic tastes like. And you'll notice that it kind of feels like you're late, like you're running late for a meeting. And you know what? They'll forgive you. They have to. but you beat yourself up for being late. And it's okay. It's okay to blame yourself, and it's okay to think that you weren't prepared. And just breathe. And as you breathe into your feeling, ask yourself, what is the feeling underneath the panic? And just let yourself drop through. And it's trust, isn't it? You trust that it's going to be okay. Because people are good. And people will come together and help one another. And you know this in your soul. You know that this is just a test for humanity. Like hitting a reset button. We had to stop. We had to realize what we were doing to the planet, to each other, and that we're holding hands across the globe, touching one another, and that we're one. We are one. We are each other. So that means that every one of us is touching the other across the globe. And that means you have influence over your body, which is the body of humanity, and you can make it good. Right now, we have to forgive each other for all this pain that we've caused the planet, and all this pain that we've caused one another. Because before coronavirus, we were at war with other countries, Turkey and Syria, Russia and the United States, China and Hong Kong. But now we're at war with just one thing, something that's invisible and that's tiny and that no one can see, but that everyone has to imagine. And we're at war with something that could be inside of us, like a virus. We're at war internally with our own emotions. And we're in this war together. Close your eyes. Imagine the planet. And imagine everyone on an emotional battlefield, fighting their own feelings of helplessness and fear and grief. We're all fighting this war together. We're fighting it with our hearts. The coronavirus is one thing, but courage is another. In every trial of humanity, humanity fought the battle, not just with our bodies, but also with our hearts. And you have to fight right now the feeling that you won't live. You have to fight the disappointment that you feel at the grocery store when you see elderly people afraid to face the crowds. And you have to fight the grief that there's no more aloha in Hawaii, or that people have lost their small town values. But now you see that people are longing for the old ways of life, when one neighbor would help another. And you see what's happening? We're there finally. We're now listening to our feelings. We're not shoving them down or keeping really busy and productive so that we can ignore them. We're finally doing the inner work that we need, not to survive my brother and my sister, but to love my brother and my sister. We have to go through this. We have to learn to love in a time of crisis, because that's how we're going to survive. We're going to choose love today so that no matter what happens tomorrow, we will have love. We will still have this earth, and we'll still have each other. Namaste.